Yo, it's your boy Logos. And throughout many of my videos on this channel, I do make fun of the body positivity movement because one, it makes no sense, and two, oftentimes they are hypocrites when it comes to their dating and the people they find attractive, or the insults they throw out at people that they don't like or have a disagreement with. When it comes to their body and their looks, oftentimes things they can't change compared to the things that can be changed, but they want to defend, like your weight, but at the same time talk shit on men for being short or being bald or other stuff they just can't control. Just straight up stuff that's genetics. Food, being lazy, not working out, being 300 plus pounds as a woman, or honestly, most people, unless you're an NFL football player, it just straight up makes no sense. But the reason why I want to talk about this today is because I saw this post on X that just illustrated this whole hypocrisy so perfectly. And I'm gonna break it down in two parts because it needs to be said in two parts. It's a really sad thing when somebody takes somebody's loneliness, their pain, whatever they're going through, and their desire to be with somebody, any person, one person, maybe even for the first time, for some guys, and I'm just learning this pretty recently, or within the past few years or so. There's a good chunk of guys that are in their 30s or late 20s or maybe in their 40s that has never touched a woman, maybe never kissed a woman, definitely not had sex. Those are involuntary celibates. And of course, we have this, slang or, insult word called incels. And I said that before myself. But I think there's a difference between an incel and a guy that just can't, I don't know, get it together when it comes to coach your woman, getting a successful date, and then a successful relationship, or even getting sets out of it if that's what he wants. I think there's a difference between guys that just can't get it and guys that put in no effort. Sometimes it does, cross over, but that's not always the case. But let's go back to the whole point of this video because this girl says the male loneliness crisis is a good thing actually. Okay, I'll get back to that. Because why would I ever want to date a guy that looks like this? Okay, so saying the male loneliness crisis is a good thing is obviously messed up, it's wrong, it's stupid, it's idiotic. I don't know if she has brothers, I don't know if she has male friends. If she ever had a boyfriend or anybody that's a male, of course she has a father, but I don't know her relationship with her father. But I just can't understand how you could say men being lonely is a good thing, and you have men in your family, men in your environment that you care about or love, even remotely, or you just like them. Also, don't understand, and if you don't like them, why would you want men to suffer? That did nothing to you, don't deserve it, or bad people, not criminals, because you don't know these people individually. But just saying the whole male loneliness crisis is a good thing, she's a piece of shit, obviously. And then the whole point of why would I ever want to date a guy that looks like this? Now, I want to know how much does she defend women that are morbidly obese, women that don't shave or take care of themselves, women that think it's. This is me personally. You could disagree as a guy, but I'm just talking about me personally. I wonder if she defends women that don't shave their armpits, don't shave their body hair, don't care about grooming because that's a patriarchal constraint on women and all this other bullshit. I really want to know what she feels about that type of stuff. Because if she's so comfortable with shaming men for being bald, and that's definitely something he can't control, and having, I guess, like a non-full, non-clean, definitely not a nice looking beard compared to other guys. Once again, something he can't really control. That's all genetics about how much facial hair you have. I remember when I was younger, and I was still pretty young, but when I was even younger, I had like, worries and, a little bit of insecurity about if I would start growing facial hair. And eventually started growing. But I've seen how much women, and even when I wasn't even, yeah, I was still in high school, how much girls around my same age and the same grade as me liked guys that, started to have facial hair. So of course I wanted to start getting facial hair because I wanted girls. And you could see the easy correlation there. It's no different. There's no difference between guys that seeing, I don't know, women like guys that are in shape and desiring to be in shape, going to the gym. That's some motivation. You could say what you want about how superficial or not that motivation is, but who cares? It's up to that person what they decide to do with that motivation and pushing it forward after they get the woman or the prize or whatever else they want. But as I was saying before, these guys, any person, really can't control this type of stuff when it comes to your, I don't know, alopecia, baldness, facial hair growth. It's the same thing with, well, people still do it too. Like, people shame women for like having, I won't even say shaming it, but they'll make fun of women for having really small breasts. So it's just certain stuff that you really can't control that people make fun of. And I don't really think it's necessary when the person didn't attack you or antagonize you to begin with. That's all I'm saying. So it'll be different if this guy was just in her DMs talking shit about her or just going after her for no reason at all. Similar to the Holly Bailey thing that I just uploaded about. Like, there's a difference if he would have sought her out and messed with her first. But saying that you think men being lonely and it's a crisis and guys are really, depressed, some are offing themselves because of being lonely, and that's a good thing. I just don't understand how you could be a genuine or a real decent human being and say that type of thing. Especially if you have men in your life. Father, family, anything else, just friends, a boyfriend, if you want to have a husband or anything in the future involving a man, like, it's just stupid. Or even, I don't know, it's just kind of funny. Like, you could say stuff like this, but you have no problem. You have no problem going to a man and asking him to, I don't know, help you work on your car or helping to, defend you or keep you safe. Or, even just, just a man just selling you a product or a service or anything that you need on the daily. Just something as simple as, you going to the gas station, you need to pay the guy to, get gas. It just seemed pretty fucked up to say if he's a man that is lonely going through this crisis, it's a good thing. It's just crazy to have to look a person, any person in the eye, and saying, just because you're a man, or just because you're a woman, just because you're this, that, and the other, you suffering is a good thing. Pretty damn pathetic. But the next part I want to go into this whole body positivity crowd stuff, because when you scroll down, under because it's the same profile, the AI neurodivergent minor, which is a kind of a weird thing. But yeah, this is her, I guess, bio or description when you click on her profile. Incel phobic and proud. Spread kindness. You can't make this shit up. So unless she's like literally an AI, because of course AI is her title. So this really could be a bot, and the programmer, Russian, Chinese, whoever, who wants to, just sow dissent and cause issue and drama and, conflict on social media because, they know it's going to cause an effect and the rest. It really could be that. And they just ain't give a damn enough to actually give the girl a name. But let's say this is an actual real person. Incel phobic and proud. And then in that sentence is spread kindness. It almost seemed like a meme or a troll to have it like so close together. Like, it just back to back. And it's so contradictory. So I don't know if it's real or not, if it's a real person, but if it is, even if it's not too, when you really think about it, there are actual people, there are, grown women, um, yeah, grown women that actually, think this way, that want men to suffer, want men to be lonely, want men to be hurting, for no other reason besides to have some weird vendetta. Maybe it's because they've been hurt in a relationship, maybe because they believe in the bullshit and brainwashing they've been hearing from college and universities. I don't know. I really don't give a damn, to be honest with you, because to be so cold to such a serious thing, I don't know. It just says a lot. I think of it pretty similarly, pretty close to when I talk about, or when people talk about um PMS. No, not PMS. Postpartum depression. I don't know why the fuck I said PMS. I'm tripping. But yeah, postpartum depression, when women give birth and then they go through depression and stuff because of, I guess, the aftermath of the pregnancy, and the baby is no longer in their stomach and it's like out in the world, and other people can interact with it. So sometimes, I don't know, sometimes from my understanding, which is very, very, very small, it can get it can have a psychological effect on the woman that gave birth because of, that new transition of being a mother. That's a much better way to say. I don't know what the fuck I was talking about earlier. But that transition of, having the baby in your stomach and now it's birth in the world and around other people and those interactions and those experiences. And I guess you could say losing a closeness that can only be shared by that mother and that child because it's literally a part of her. Me just saying that's BS, or I'm glad that's happening, or that's a good thing, or anything else, just discount their suffering or depression or mental issues would be wrong of me to do. So her doing it, I just can't understand any person that would defend it and still try to call themselves a good person. Because for one, you just labeling any man that's going through this as, I don't know, deserving of that pain and suffering. You don't know them. I think it's pretty messed up to stereotype people, no matter who you are, where you come from, just because of a characteristic. I think it's very simple minded and you are an idiot. But I don't know, nowadays, it's really hard to tell how serious people are because of, like I said, the AI, the bots. Some people just like to troll. And plus, this is X, formerly known as Twitter. So it's a cesspool of bullshit with bullshit people on some nonsense for either attention, an ideology, or entertainment. Sometimes it's better to not even be on there, but I still like to use it for every now and then for, news, see what's going on in the world, sports, and for stuff like this. And I really think that's the best way to use it because I don't know, if I didn't have this YouTube channel, I wouldn't have a Twitter. If I did, I would only use it to check on what's trending in the news and then I'll click off. Because going through this nonsense, seeing nonsense like this, it just make you just, I don't know, second guess the upbringing, the intellect, the logic of people. And I try to see the best in people, even though at the same time I'm not really, a people person. Even I'll even say like, yeah, I kind of hate people, but as you know, like a general term, not every individual. If you interact with me, I see you. Gonna be nice, hospitable, respectful, because that's how I was raised. I think that's bare minimum for a grown person to be. You're not a little kid, but I'm not even a people person like that. But even still, doing stuff like this, saying people should suffer because you don't like people or a group of people is stupid, is wrong. And I just want to point it out. Because people that want to talk about this type of body positivity stuff and being good people and being accepting, they'll talk shit on somebody else because they don't like the way they look or because of their category. And they're even stupider than the same ideology they spit out in the first place that they try to defend. And I always kind of find it kind of funny because women like this, who, well, let's say if this even is a real woman, women like her or women with the same type of mindset, and the women that they defend with the body positivity stuff, women like Lizzo, they don't find men that are overweight, obese, um, shoot, she said it, oftentimes balding unless they like have it cut nice, a bad beard, all these different things that they want men to look like. They don't want to accept the equivalent when it comes to women. And most times, I don't think men are asking for a whole bunch. Me personally, I grown out of the phase where I need a woman with a big ass, so all this other bullshit I thought in high school. Like I just need a woman that's kind, nice, feminine, and just attractive to me. Like that's it. But not everybody thinks that way, and oftentimes people can just act like they know what people preferences should be. That's how I think that's the best way to put it. Trying to put the preferences on men or the other side about what they should find attractive, but at the end of the day, it's up to the individual. And to do those type of things, but then talk shit about men that you find unattractive, especially about things they can't control, that's not very body positive. And like I said, these women don't find men like this attractive. They find men like Jason Momoa. They find like Henry Cavill, Michael B. Jordan, guys like that, guys who are in shape like that. Like most of the times, these guys are in shape. He could even be bald. He's in shape still. But they want us to accept Lizzo's and 400-pound women who call themselves a 10. Body positivity crowd is shaming bodies, but at the same time they want to defend the same bodies, even though it goes against the whole ideology. It makes no sense. But once again, these people don't really stand on logic. They stand on feelings and screaming and crying until, I don't know, you agree with them or you can't talk anymore. I wouldn't be surprised if she actually, like, cut off, comments. If this is actual person, cut off comments so people couldn't respond anymore. Because that's what these people often do when they say stupid shit like this and they get pushed back. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. It's your boy Logos. Like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Peace.